His first pick will be at least either Ganymede or Bastet or Tiana.
Anything to do to counteract what Sai does.
He goes with Sierra instead, so that does leave it open for Sai to take his normal composition. He did put it up and then decided that he wanted to think about it for just a second.
Really good point to make there. Yeah, definitely trying to figure out what he wants to do despite the fact that he did not take away a unit that he was getting ready to use.
So I think Shallotx is planning to play the speed game. They're gonna play a little game of chicken here and see who comes out on top. I would assume that we'll see the Gianna here as well. There it goes.
But Sai not interfering with the typical build from Shallot that we've seen to this point, kind of going with his own game as we see the tableau Bastet Ganymede, I believe, and is that Tiana?
Yep, Tiana there, but an interesting pick at the end there from Shallotx. Okay, so of course the Leo is probably going to get banned out and almost a must ban from Sai. However, the Diana is one of the main counters that Varian used against Sai in the LA Regional Championship to actually beat Sai for the win.
Somebody's been doing their homework.
And is that a Tessorian round out there from Sai?
Yeah, Tessarian, which is an interesting choice. I'm not sure why he chose to go with Tessarian instead of his normal pick, which would be the Oberon.
Possibly the resistance state. Nope, he actually goes for the tableau here, trying to get the first round.
Now Sai did his job by banning out the Leo. As Shallot taking a moment before we get this first in our second semifinal underway. Best of 5 between Shallot and Sai.
Shallot getting that first round with that Yang Hong, putting the bomb on the Saiyan, and removes all of the immunity there, getting some clutch stuns on there, just controlling the fight right from the start there, Play.
Yeah, and that's what we talked about being a game of chicken, just whoever got the first turn, and we knew that Shallotx had the extremely fast runes, especially on that Yan Hong with the swift Yan Hong. Again, he was the one with that, along with the super fast Gianna. But here comes the bombs now, starting in from Sierra. There's already one bomb landed on the Tessarian. He does land the second bomb here just to take it out now, to kill the first monster. Does not make it. So unbelievable. The Tessarian is actually built extremely tanky if it's able to take 2 bombs. Of course, the Gianna's bomb isn't doing as much damage as Sierra would be doing, but still, regardless, it is a bomb nonetheless.
Tons of damage there. And of course, now we got the Seal Magic coming into play, resetting the Yan Hong. He was able to get it done. It looks like he's now trying to work on that Diana, trying to get the additional turns. But of course, now speaking of additional turns, will he switch over? Nope, he actually goes for the stun on Tessarian, and that's good. I'll take it. We got a couple of dots in there, but of course, the shield from Bastet is going to be able to keep him at bay.
Why the stun and not close out there against the Tessarian?
He possibly wanted to save the skills for a future. I don't know. It's kind of risky here considering he had the elemental disadvantage here, but he went for it and he got it.
All right, so Sai getting exactly what he needed to have, which is the violent proc from Ganymede, giving himself a little bit of life back into things. But with that Tessarian being such low health, there may not be much he can do. Down goes the Tessarian.
Yep. Diana finishing the job as the Ganymede with a vengeful but ineffective retaliation.
Looks like we got the reset back in the play on the Ganymede. Now we got Shallot, Sierra, violent proc in here. The bomb is in place, but of course his promised time is not available, so he's going to have to wait a couple more turns here. Looks like Gianna now is trying to work on that tableau. That shield is holding up quite strong. Looks like we're trying to get a couple of clutch stuns here, but wasn't able to do so. Looks like Shallotx is going to go ahead and get that second skill coming into play. He does get some good damage against his attack per hit, but wasn't enough to take out the Ganymede. He's now going to have to sit back, but it looks like Sai has conceded.
That was a speed battle 100% of the way. He's got to really focus on what he wants to do now, because if he knows that he can't outspeed Shallotx, he might have to go with a completely different strategy. And if I was Sai at this point, I really wouldn't try to do the same Tiana Bastet combination that we've seen Sai being so dominant with in the past.
And kind of one thing to mention too, that last pick that we were talking about, this Asylum, didn't really kind of fit the void on his team. I don't know, hopefully he tries to mix it up and try to combine something else to go along with that composition. Pretty interesting. We'll have to see what he does.
Sort of that ingredient that didn't fit the dish.
Correct.
But oddly enough, Shallot zeroed in on it.
Yeah, he definitely did, and I do understand the reasoning behind the swift Yan Hong now, because he's able to give the attack bar to Gianna to remove the will, which is what stunned and kind of was the death of Sai in this one.
And one thing to kind of mention too, that Yan Hong, the second skill Blade fan, when it's able to remove those beneficial attacks, it actually generates a little bit of attack bar on his team. So essentially, he can use that similar to like a Bastet or a Tiana getting that additional attack bar if the other opponent has the will.
And so far, it looks like Sai is going to change up his strategy altogether. Again, starting with that core monster of his, which is Ganymede, and then pairing it with Molong and Beta. Shallotx also changing up his strategy just a little bit, going back with the Artemo that we've seen a couple matches ago.
Bringing in all the monsters that I only dream about. One of these days, maybe we'll pull it.
Artemo is cool.
Is he?
Yeah.
There you go.
It's cool.
Is that a Sierra Gianna 1-2 that he led with?
Basically, all that right there is just some nastiness that Shallotx is bringing. That's what it is right there.
Brutal. As the Etna Perna round out from Sai.
Can we get another LD Nat 5 from Shallotx?
I hope so.
You know who doesn't hope so?
Sai.
Amelia.
I like the choice. Really, really strong here. Again, we got a couple of units that can go ahead and remove some beneficial effects, but that passive immunity that Amelia is going to be bringing is obviously very, very viable here. I like it. Clay, I see you shaking your head there. What's your thoughts on that one?
Well, as I'm looking at Shallotx's team, I'm trying to decide who I would want to ban. And there's about 5 monsters there that I would want to ban.
Right? It's a really hard thing, and of course this is something that we're going to see time and time and again with these top-notch players. Despite the fact that they have certain units that really look like you want to ban, whether you ban it or not, there's always something unique with the rest of the 4 monsters that's going to be able to, stay in the match.
And so, Shallot taking the 1-0 lead over Sai into game 2 of this second semifinal.
And again, Shallotx, of course, getting that first turn, as we already know. Doing once again, as we've seen in the previous match, getting the CR to get that attack bar increase and stunning Beta. But of course, now it's going to have to wait one more turn and get her immunity up.
And it's such a strong strategy coming out of Shallotx there with the Yan Hong being as fast as it does. With the base speed that Yan Hong has, it makes the runes that much more potent.
The breakfast assault is in, of course, wasn't able to take it down, but we got Perna to follow through. Perna takes it out. Now Sai, as you can see from his reaction, he's super excited.
Yeah.
He's sitting there really, really strong here. 4 monsters in 3.
Solid 1-2 punch from the Molong and Perna.
Definitely needed that, getting out the Sierra right off the bat. Put some confidence back in the side here, and he actually is in a really good position with a lot of sustain as well from the Beta.
Yeah, looking really, really strong right now. Of course, we're getting a couple of pilot procs on there with the Artemo. Looks like he's going to go ahead and use his Yan Hong to go ahead and get those attack bars back up. Try to remove that immunity so we can potentially get some stuns by means of immunity. Of course, those sides answering back with that Molong, getting 2 out of the 3 stuns, really, really important in this particular situation.
Yeah, except just not getting the one that he needed with the Amelia there, because it just does exactly that.
There it is.
Moves all the stuns and adds the immunity right back, and now that Artemo's coming back with some vengeance, stunning the Ganymede.
Touch of RNG there in Shallot's favor.
The RNG never evades us.
Of course, Sai now cycling very well into the Beta.
Looks like he's going to be able to get the additional turns. Still working on that Beta.
All right, here comes Perna into a fully defense-broken Yan Hong. Does a ton of damage onto it. It is going to be able to heal itself here, but at least he knows that he can take it down a little bit later on.
With that, and that was with the defensive buff, he took down that much damage. That was pretty impressive.
Absolutely.
Okay, as you can see, some of those buffs were removed, giving the attack bar increase to all of Shallotx's monsters. But of course, we're still sitting back here because Sai's Molong is up. He's trying to get that defense break in. I like the choice considering that it's a defense killing unit. You take away a little bit of that damage. But of course, Artemo gets that clutch stun that we all know too familiar of.
And again, he stunned the wrong monster from the Molong. You needed to get it onto the Amelia. Unfortunately, he did not. And it is able to remove the defense break that Molong put onto Artemil.
And I don't know if you saw it right there. It looks like Sai's plan was to go ahead and reset better to get that immunity back up. But Shallot answers back and gets a clutch stun from the Artemil onto Bennett, not allowing him to use his skills. Saw exactly what Sai was trying to do.
But you gotta keep in mind, the Molong is getting ready for a reckless assault. He just needs to prepare it enough to where he can get a monster to 70%.
Right.
And then he should be in really good shape here. It's full health.
And as you already know, though, Clay, it's going to be super hard to do it because of that Yan Hong being able to bring up that.
But he did get the final proc, goes into Artemil. It's in perfect position. Now take out the Artemil with your Molong.
Oh
and
my
Sai
God.
is able to win it and even things up at 1 game to all.
Unbelievable turn of events. And once Artemil was down, he just said, that's it. Let's move on to the next game.
And a completely different strategy actually coming out of both players. The first round we saw a lot of YOLO compositions. Whoever got the first turn was whoever won. And then this one was a lot more supportive, sustainable, and conservative.
We went from track meet to endurance race. As Sai leveling things up at one apiece, there will be no sweep here. And Shallot with the first pick.
He's going to be able to set the pace for the match. He's going to take that Ciara. Of course, Sai answering back with the Molong Ganymede pick. Definitely want to take away that Ganymede from Shallotx.
No longer trying to speed cleave Shallotx.
Right.
Decides to just go straight to his strategy with Molong Ganymede.
Yeah, and of course, with regards to this previous match, I would like to see him keep on with that kind of setup.
When you know that you can't outspeed somebody, then creating sort of that sustainable tanky comp is the way to counteract it.
Yeah, you have to, well, if you try to outspeed with squishier monsters or less tanky monsters and sustainable monsters, your whole strategy is done.
Well, we saw how that played out for him in that first game.
Yep, definitely. Here, it looks like Sai's going to be bringing the Artemil back.
This is the first time he's using.
Correct.
Yeah, so
correct.
both players actually have Artemil again, and he's able to take it away from Shallotx in this situation.
Coupling it with Diana, along with the Molong Ganymede.
Although Artemil into the Sierra Feng Yan composition isn't the easiest thing to do. But there is a Vivishell showing now from Shallotx. He's gonna lock it down and go with a ton of immunity.
I think he definitely will. He needs to incorporate it there.
Along with that Bella Jewel, is it?
Yep.
And the Amelia.
Sai, considering what he wants to pick, it looks like the Perno's going to be the one to take out here. Lock it down. But again, one thing that we see with Sai, he does like to take his time on these decisions.
Was it the Molong that kind of was the MVP last game for him?
Yeah, it was the Molong, but he was just really using the Molong in a really smart manner.
Right.
He knew his strategy going into it. He needed to get the Artemil down by 70% before he used that reckless assault.
Yep.
And we see Shallotx though thinking super hard about his ban and also Sai as well. And looks like Sai finally locked in. Shallotx locking in as well. Perna's out, and so is Vivishell here. And predictions, Childish, just based on the bans here.
I think Shallotx picked a really good ban there. Again, of course, after seeing the Molong Perna comp kind of go into play here, he wants to make sure that you can't use that combo yet again.
And so here we go. It is game 3 of this semifinal.
Send it back here. Unfortunately, Sai wasn't able to get the buff removal on Bella Jewel, so Bella Jewel was able to get that Sanctuary in. The bomb is in from Ciara, but she chooses not to go ahead and use her promised time. Now we're sitting back with the passive unit by means of melee. Shallotx trying to work that unit down. Fang Gang ready to get that defense break in. Of course, Artemil does the counterattack but doesn't get the stun. He has the opportunity to heal up, and he does. Now we have to see what he decides to do here on Sai's side. Is he going to use that second skill? He does. He generates that attack bar.
That's enough. That's enough.
And it is. Will it take it? It was not enough, Clay. Unbelievable.
But it is enough because it's got one dot on there, and he's going to finish it off here with the Diana, but there's no way that he can actually remove that dot, so don't touch the Amelia. Just let it die.
Just let it die.
It looks like that is what he's planning to do, but you can see him take just a second there to think about it.
Yep. He took his time on that one.
Don't want to make any missteps as he elects to stun in lieu of finish off the Amelia.
Shallot really wishing that he had his sanctuary up to cleanse those units, but unfortunately wasn't able to do it.
Perfect timing for that Ganymede to be up there, resetting the Sierra. Diana now cycling through, doing some damage on Sierra.
Definitely. Looks like he does not waste any time if he wants to take it out, just in case that Villager does get a violent proc. We've seen it time and time and again. Triple stun there by means of Molong. Definitely useful in this aspect here, locking down his opponents. I like it.
And the bomb not doing a whole lot of damage on that Ganymede, fortunately for Psy. Shallotx trying to figure out what monster he needs to focus his attacks on, because that Sierra is still alive, but he is able to take it out now with the amount of turns you get from Diana being such a strong monster in RTA.
Unbelievable. I'll tell you what, Clay, I think after this match here, I'm going to do some summons and try to get that Diana right now.
Look at this, guys. Psy with the 4-2 edge.
Getting a couple of violent procs there, getting the heals up on Diana. Now Diana has to decide if he's going to stay in his uniform. No, he switches on over. Definitely wants to get over there. That second skill is super, super strong. Getting a couple of clutch hits. Of course, Feng Yang.
So much damage. Another turn from Diana now, putting even more damage and stunning the Feng Yang, almost securing this win for Psy. As soon as his Molong comes back up with another Reckless Assault, which he has now, taking out the Feng Yang and securing that second win. Psy looking really strong in that second match.
Don't look now, guys, but Shallot has got himself in a 2-1 hole, courtesy of Psy's back-to-back victories in games 2 and 3. And now, Psy is just one game away from punching his ticket into the finals and a guaranteed $10,000 with a shot at 20. And if you're Shallot, what's the adjustment that needs to be made? Back-to-back losses? Not his MO.
He was not his good.
He may have been focusing on making sure that he can counter that speed composition from Psy, where he left himself not really too prepared for this new type of composition that Psy is bringing, because he doesn't use it a whole lot.
So here we go. First pick went to Psy, and it was the Ganymede, the answer from Shallot, taking that Molong out of play, along with what looks like Sierra.
Definitely has to consider what happened just this last game.
Yeah.
You see both of the players right now super focused. Psy, always happy-go-lucky. I've never seen him so serious and focused ever before in my life.
You try being happy when you're staring across at Shallot. Tough stuff.
And Shallot as well starting to show a little emotion that we haven't seen from him in the past as well.
We'll see how he responds to this pressure. This is the first time he's been faced with something like this.
Definitely. It looks like Psy's making the adjustment here. Now he has that 2-1 lead. He's looking to get that first turn and really control the match from the get-go.
I'm trying to think back to the round of 16 match between Shallot and iGenius. Did iGenius win the first one and Shallot bounce back?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, so then he has been in this spot before, but certainly the stakes a little bit higher here in the semifinals.
So he's got to ban the Yan Hong. He decides to ban Gianna instead, which is fine because he's not going to have that stun capabilities.
Gotcha.
He just needs to make sure that he doesn't get stunned from Molong.
Shallot taking out the Tiana, so it's the Ganymede, Ethna, Tableau, Okeanos.
So in this situation, the Yan Hong, do you resurge the Sierra or the Molong to make sure you get that first turn, Clay?
I would resurge the Molong, get the strip stun.
Looking like a pretty aggressive comp for Shallot here, no?
Ends up going with Sierra, like you said there, Childish. Lands the bomb onto Ethna, which is definitely a solid thing, is what he needed to do. Got the stun onto Ethna, which definitely completely messes up Psy's plans here, strategy, exactly. But not 100%, because now he has just enough HP left on Ethna that it could potentially come back here with a couple cycles through with Tableau. But it looks like the Diana should be able to take out and finish off Ethna right here.
Definitely should do so. Second skill's coming in, generating the attack bar and the kill. Nice play by Shallotx. Of course, now Molong can sit back as he was recently reset by the Ganymede on side. The return dice is in play. This is going to reduce all the attack bars despite the fact of the immunity. Of course, the immunity is not into play in here, but it still can't bypass it. We got some nice stuns there by the Okeanos, blocking out that Yan Hong. Of course, now the ventilate is in. It looks like he wants to continuously crowd control this fight. And to keep those units locked down. Unbelievable sort of advance there with the CC approach there. Get into on the second skill from Tableau. Tableau's such an amazing monster with the RNG aspect.
Shallot not happy about getting hit with those stuns there.
No, but we got a couple of additional turns coming back in from Sai. He's trying to finish through to get a quad stun, but he only gets 3 out of the 4.
That's enough for that stun there because he's just gonna keep on cycling through. Got the seal onto Molong now. He's starting to work away at the Yanhong. He's able to get that.
Oh my God, that was
He could potentially come back and completely control the rest of this match here as we see it happening right now.
Again, he has total control of the match right now. This is something that we haven't seen all too much there. The face on Shallotx says it all right now.
He really needs to take out that Yanhong, and plus he's getting violent procs. You can see both of them know that that was a super clutch, absolute, definitely something that he needed to have happen right there for Sai.
Not over for Shallot yet, though, is it?
Not 100%, but Sai is actually looking really, really strong. Able to level the playing field here. He's going to probably reset the Sierra, which he did not get it. Unfortunately, the Sierra did resist, but he should be able to kill the Wind Unicorn there. He does.
Goodness.
And then Violent Proc once again.
The additional turns are all over the place by means of Tableau, the light dice magician. Looks like Sai's gonna go ahead and reset that CR since it's coming up right here.
Sai definitely got some help in this match. You can see it in his face. He knows that he was, someone was helping him out on this one, and he's actually going to move on here in just a second, but the stun came down. Unfortunately, Sierra does not have any bombs left over.
Right, and we got here the ventilators back in again, bringing it back over to Okeanos to get the stun. Of course, CR has been knocked down by the Ganymede, so now it's just one monster left. I think this is about a wrap.
Yeah, that's it for Sai. How impressive of a comeback here. Thinking that this might have been a tough one.
Unbelievable.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yep. Off comes the headset and down goes Molong as Sai comes back from a 1-0 lead to defeat Shallot. Everyone's pick here at the desk. 3 straight.